Welcome to the English Binh Phuoc radio, television station and newspapers. Now the top story today. Binh Phuoc Rubber Company to complete a site plan. Binh Phuoc promotes non-cash payments. Vietnam invests over $450 million overseas in 10 months. Hmong ethnic minority people working to preserve traditional musical instruments. Ladies and gentlemen, employees of rubber company in the southeastern province of Binh Phuoc are doing their best to complete a site plan over the closing 2 months of 2022.
COVID-19 has now been brought under control, and the production and business activities of rubber companies in Binh Phuoc province have returned to some semblance of normal. However, the complex situation worldwide, including rising oil prices, climate change, and lack of workers, have affected export activities. Many rubber companies have basically achieved production and business targets, as well as political tasks within plans. Binh Phuoc ranks first in the country in terms of rubber tree area, with more than 234,000 hectares, most of which are owned by state rubber companies. These have created jobs for about 24,000 workers in recent times and contributed 30 to 40% of provincial budget revenue.
Binh Phuoc have implemented programs to promote modernization in local area, including civilized streets and non-cash payment in shopping centers and markets. The initiative hopes to promote digital transformation and the application of information technology.
Hùng Vương in Tân Bình and Lê Duẩn Words in Đồng Xoài City are two streets being piloted by Binh Phuoc Province Civilized Street Non-Cash Payments Program. In response, businesses and restaurants have been equipped with POS machines, payment applications, and QR codes to serve spending demand. The program is expected to receive a warm response from a large number of people as shop owners, while creating the conditions for shoppers to access modern payment methods.
Leader of Đồng Xoài City People Committee has held a meeting with a number of businesses at local industrial parks on COVID-19 vaccinations efforts.
More than 98% of workers at industrial zones in Đồng Xoài City have received the first and second dose of COVID-19 vaccine. The percentage of workers receiving a third and fourth dose has reached 50 to 70% at some enterprises. According to the leader of the Đồng Xoài City People's Committee, COVID-19 is still a complex matter in some countries, with unpredictable new strains possibly arising, so vaccinations remain the most effective solution. Companies and businesses have been asked to promote communications works and adopt stricter solutions to improve vaccination rates, especially the third and fourth shots.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vietnam outbound investment, including both newly registered and adjusted capital, exceeded $450 million in the first 10 months of the year, equivalent to nearly 70% of the figure recorded in the same period last year.
Among the 25 countries and territories where Vietnamese investors are operating, Singapore took the lead with 20 projects and combined capital of over $75 million. It was followed by Laos, the US, Germany and the Netherlands. Vietnamese investors poured capital into 14 sectors, mainly processing and manufacturing, real estate, mining, wholesale and retail. As of October 20th, Vietnam counted nearly 1,600 overseas valid projects worth almost $22 billion, mainly in mining and agroforestry fishery. Laos, Cambodia and Venezuela received the most Vietnamese investment capital, according to the ministry.
Vietnam aquatic product export reached $900 million in October, lifting the country's total export turnover in the first 10 months of 2022 to $9.39 billion, a sharp increase of 32.7% compared to the same period of 2021.
The export of chaff is rating over $180 million, raising the 10-month export value to more than $2 billion, up over 76% from the same period last year. Meanwhile, shrimp exports reached over $440 million in October, bringing the 10-month value to $3.84 billion and up more than 20% year-on-year. The US, Japan, and China are the three biggest importers of Vietnamese aquatic products, making up more than 50% of the Southeast Asian market. Vietnam's export of this product recorded growth in most markets, excluding Russia. The highest export growth was seen in China at over 85%.
With the decision to relocate 9 factory and industrial facility out of inner city, Hanoi has been witnessing an opportunity to develop and expand cultural spaces, arts and creative center toward the promotion of cultural industry through the reconstruction of industrial heritage.
At its most recent 7th session, the Hanoi People's Council approved a resolution to relocate houses to pave the way for the creation of public spaces in the first phase of local planning. Under the policy, Vietnam's capital faces both opportunities and challenges in rebuilding its industrial heritage to ensure sustainable urban development, presenting a positive and unique image and bringing economic value. At the 2022 Industrial Heritage Reconstruction Workshop, experts proposed rebuilding industrial heritage architecture into creative public spaces. With hands-on experience in transforming old manufacturing factories into creative spaces in Hanoi Long Biên district, architect Binh Phuoc said his team have proactively recycled old materials to forge a spacious area in the heart of the capital's hustle and bustle. Vietnam has already transformed some small-scale industrial factories into creative public spaces. However, proper policies are needed to attract investors to rebuilding industrial heritage into innovative economic models.
Handicraft businesses are shifting their focus to the domestic markets to mitigate the risk for export from COVID-19.
Recently, the Ministry of Industry and Trade held an exhibition to promote handicrafts and fine arts products. In response to the Vietnamese People Use Vietnamese Products program, the exhibition is significant for local businesses given the decline in exports caused by COVID-19. There is actually ample space for handicrafts and fine arts products to be sold in the domestic market. If businesses could invest in developing highly competitive products with excellent quality and eye-catching designs, they stand a great chance of conquering the whole market. The annual holding of design competitions, therefore, encourages innovation and applicability among businesses. Vietnamese businesses are more concerned these days about the origin and legality of materials to create safe and environmentally friendly handicraft items.
Ladies and gentlemen, the chiêng or gongs is a traditional musical instrument of Mường ethnic people who consider it a treasure of their family and have strived to preserve it through the generation.
A set of Mường chiêng includes 12 flat, circular melodies that offer a wide range of notes. 24 festivals celebrated by the Mường people use the instruments such as new house building celebrations, summer festivals, and field festivals. Apart from the musical significance for people from the Mường ethnic minority, owning a full set of 12 days is the symbol of the 12 months in the year. While most gong players in the Central Highlands are men, those in the Mường ethnic are women. Mường gongs are not difficult to play, but require attention and plenty of practice. This is why generations of Mường people have worked to preserve the instrument as the soul of their group. To make gongs, the Mường people use pure copper for reverberating sound, while the drumsticks are made from light wood and covered with leather or fabric. The gong chương is not purely a musical instrument in folk art activities, but also a cultural essence that reflects the creativity of the Hmong ethnic people.
Ladies and gentlemen, phở, a Vietnamese noodle soup sold in almost all street corners in Vietnam, finds itself at the 34th place in a list of 100 most popular dishes in the world as compiled by international food magazine Taste Atlas.
The magazine described pho as one of the most beloved Vietnamese dishes in the Western Hemisphere, due to its complex, unique flavors and elegant simplicity. The soup is traditionally served with chicken or beef broth, where the bones simmer lazily for at least 3 hours until the broth is perfect, it's said. The addition of herbs and spices accentuates the flavors, and the chewy rice noodles, juicy beef slices, and crunchy sprouts elevate the dish to another level. Pho is also among 3 Vietnamese dishes, along with banh mi and iced coffee, named in the CNN's list of 50 of the best street foods in Asia.
And that's all for today. Thank you for your watching. Goodbye and see you next time.